You will never dare to buy rice from outside assistance again after learning how sophisticatedly they're counterfeited. Dear beloved viewers accompanying the TITOPS5 Discovery Channel, it's a pleasure to meet you again in a new journey full of surprises and value. Ladies and gentlemen, fragrant, sticky white rice has long been an inseparable part of Vietnamese life. But behind that familiarity lurks a silent danger creeping into every mouthful of rice in each household. No one would think that right in the daily bowl of rice, there could be preservative chemicals and even grains that are no longer real rice. This danger is not easy to see, has no distinct smell or taste, and is even harder to distinguish with the naked eye, especially for the elderly. It sounds like a joke, but this is the truth discovered from prolonged investigations in Hanoi, Saigon, and many other provinces. From popular markets to large supermarkets, there have been signs of infiltration by sophisticated and large-scale fake rice production lines. When the truth was uncovered, many realized that this is not just a fraudulent act, but also a blatant betrayal of the trust and health of millions of Vietnamese people. So what is the specific story, and what should be done in the face of this widespread fake rice information? Please watch until the end of the video, as this truth concerns each one of us. Recently, a series of incidents related to fake rice have been continuously discovered in many localities such as Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Long An, and in Giang. What has left many people bewildered is that the perpetrators used very sophisticated methods to produce and bleach rice. They created a scent and then packaged the fake rice under the name Street 25, a rice variety once hailed as the pride of Vietnam. Not just a few scattered bags, but tons of rice were packaged with eye-catching designs, complete brand packaging, even printing the official Clean Rice logo. However, hidden behind that seemingly reliable exterior is floating rice of unclear origin, showing signs of being soaked in harmful chemicals like formaldehyde, insecticides, and industrial fragrances. These are substances that can seriously affect health, especially for the elderly, a group often with weaker resistance and more vulnerable to harmful agents. The incident peaked at the end of May when Ho Chi Minh City police officially prosecuted 4 individuals involved in producing and distributing over 17 tons of fake Street 25 rice. Initially, many thought this was just a minor incident. However, when authorities released detailed information, public opinion was truly shocked, as this behavior not only violates the law, but also shows disregard for public health and consumer trust. Among those prosecuted are very ordinary-sounding names like Pham Thi Tuyet, born 1969, owner of a rice shop on Son Din Street, Hay Ho District, and Nguyen Thi Ben, born 1973, owner of a rice shop in That Giang Commune, Huai Dat. Additionally, there are 2 individuals in charge of packaging, Le Tin An and Vu Thi Bich Nak, residing in Huai Dat District, but what's noteworthy is that behind their seemingly gentle appearance lies an organized, systematic, and large-scale operation. Specifically, this group bought cheap, low-quality rice from many uncontrolled sources. Then all the rice was put into a packaging system with fake Street 25 brand packaging. The meticulousness made it difficult for buyers to distinguish real from fake. Not stopping there, they also equipped heat sealers, back welding machines, and weighing machines to create products identical in appearance to genuine rice. Investigators stated that during the inspection, nearly 6 tons of rice ready for packaging were seized. In addition, thousands of fake packaging materials were discovered, along with many machines during the production process. It is estimated that if not detected in time, the amount of fake rice could have reached nearly 200 tons, a truly alarming figure. At first glance, the uniformly white, glossy grains make everyone think it's delicious rice. However, few know that behind that eye-catching exterior lies a worrying truth. It could be old rice, moldy rice, or even rice severely damaged by weevils. All were revived with chemicals, turning into bright white grains, free of moldy smell or traces of insects. According to results from the Vietnam Institute of Chemistry, the chemicals used in this process contain arsenic, chlorine, and phosphate. These are components commonly found in termite killers. Thus, it can be seen that a type of poison used to kill insects is being directly introduced into daily food. What's more concerning is that this rice treatment process is not spontaneous. On the contrary, everything is carried out systematically by a closed industrial. Specifically, some are responsible for programming the machinery. Others design packaging to resemble the genuine system, from colors and printed text to logos, followed by the packaging stage, then transportation and distribution. Each step coordinates smoothly as if there were already a clear plan in place. From large warehouses, this fake rice is funneled into the market at an alarming rate. It appears everywhere, from traditional markets to supermarkets, and is even widely sold on e-commerce platforms like Shopee and Lazada. The danger is that this rice does not cause immediate poisoning, making it very difficult to detect. But with long-term use, the toxins in the rice silently accumulate in the body. Initially, users may feel fatigue, headaches, insomnia, or bloating without a clear cause. However, after a while, symptoms like memory decline, digestive disorders, and even liver and kidney impairment can become clearly apparent. Additionally, when chemically soaked rice is cooked at high temperatures, chemical reactions can occur, producing toxic compounds. Once these compounds enter the body, they are very difficult to eliminate, thereby causing serious harm to the liver, kidneys, and nervous system. Typically, each kilogram of rice costs only about $11,000 to $13,000 to procure. But when labeled as ST25 and packaged meticulously, the price can be inflated to $25,000, even $30,000 per kilogram. This not only forces many consumers to pay double the amount, but also generates enormous profits for those behind it. More notably, that profit does not come from integrity but from organized deceit. While many are still willing to spend money to eat well and cleanly, a smuggling faction exploits that very trust for profit. The consumer's goodwill has been turned into a tool for unethical money-making. No one can know exactly how many tons of fake rice have been funneled into the market. And more worryingly, it's very likely many families have used this rice in their daily meals without knowing. On a deeper level, this is no longer just a simple issue of rice counterfeiting. It reflects an alarming reality where brands, ethics, and even social trust can be bought and sold. The question arises, why has this fake rice so easily infiltrated the market, even right in the heart of the capital? Why have many shops existed for years without ever being inspected? And assuming it wasn't discovered, when would consumers ever know they're being deceived with every meal? In reality, this is not the first time ST25 rice has been counterfeited. This situation of imitating premium rice has existed for many years, spreading from the west, central regions, all the way to the north. Yet the handling remains superficial, half-hearted. There are inspections that lack determination. There are reports filed but then left aside. There are reports that no thorough tracing. If local market management agencies truly fulfilled their responsibilities, could over 17 tons of fake rice have infiltrated family meals? It should be noted that, according to current criminal law regulations, the act of producing and trading fake can be punished with imprisonment up to 15 years, depending on the severity and scale of the violation. However, in practice, most cases only result in administrative fines. A fine of $30 million is nothing compared to profits that can reach hundreds of millions. For example, a fake rice operation can profit $300 to $400 million, but the fine only stops at $50 million. Machinery and packaging may be confiscated, but they can easily buy them back to resume operations. When the price to pay is too light, greed easily crosses legal boundaries. But then many will wonder, how can these bags of fake rice pass the inspection stage? Self-declaration of products. Just a few papers, a written commitment in black and white is enough for a company to bring rice to market. No inspection, no testing needed, all relying on empty promises. From there, bags of fake rice appear everywhere, not only in supermarkets and shops but also infiltrating collective kitchens, schools and hospitals. When the police intervened, they discovered that the production facility was just a small processing warehouse located in the suburbs. The raw materials were not of standard quality, mostly sourced from unreliable suppliers, including old and even plastic and industrial flavorings were mixed in to create color and scent, deceiving consumers. Each bag of rice only cost a few $1,000 in raw materials but was packaged attractively and sold at prices dozens of times higher. In just 2 years, hundreds of tons of fake rice were consumed, affecting tens of thousands of households, from children who had to eat this fake rice without knowing it. An industry expert once bitterly remarked that fake rice in meals not only harms health but also damages people's trust. It takes many years to build trust in clean food, yet just one small loophole can make all efforts vanish. According to current regulations, consumers do not have a right to request rice testing. The law only allows inspections when there is a complaint or when a business proposes it. If no one discovers it, if no one speaks up, fake rice continues to be sold openly. Many wonder why fake rice is so rampant. Is it because there are no laws or regulatory agencies? Unfortunately, the answer lies within the very system that should protect the people. Food safety laws exist, decrees and circulars exist, but most remain only on paper. The weakest point is still the post-inspection stage. Businesses self-declare compliance and that's it, with no immediate no regular inspection schedule. If there are no complaints or victims, fake rice continues to float in the market. A supervisory official in Saigon once admitted that inspection forces are too few, budgets are cut, and inspections only occur when there are targets or disputes. Frankly speaking, fake rice is only discovered when someone gets poisoned, and even when violations occur. The handling process is prolonged. From discovery to conclusion, it can take several months. During that time, fake rice is still sold, people still eat it, and businesses continue to profit. When the issue is exposed, agencies start shifting responsibility, a vicious cycle with no way out. And the ones who ultimately suffer are the consumers. The current situation has truly become alarming, but the good news is that you can completely protect yourself and your family right in your own kitchen. This doesn't require complex testing equipment or in-depth knowledge, just careful observation and simple steps. That will be shared right after this. Moreover, you will not only know how to identify fake rice, but also, if you accidentally use it, there are measures to minimize harm, helping the body recover and reducing the risk of long-term illness. First, it's necessary to understand the most basic identifying signs, which are the easiest and quickest methods anyone can apply at home. The first notable sign is rice that remains glossy and free of weevils even after a long time. Many people often think this means the rice is clean and of good quality. Because in an era where everything spoils, a bag of rice that remains pure white, without mold or weevils, makes many families feel reassured. Some even proudly say their rice lasts a whole year without spoiling or pests. However, that glossiness and lack of weevils are actually the most dangerous warning signs. Rice is inherently a living food containing nutrients. When stored for a long time in high temperature and humidity, real rice will gradually mold, change color, or develop weevils. This is an unavoidable natural. Eat it, humans certainly shouldn't. However, to exploit the psychological preference for clean, white, weevil-free rice, many facilities use extremely strong preservative chemicals. According to recent cases discovered, formamide D2 heterosan parasite was found. An industrial bleaching agent, along with delta bethany, an insecticide sprayed directly on the rice to prevent mold, odor, and spoilage during storage and transportation. The danger is that these chemicals do not evaporate or disappear when cooking, and are absorbed directly into the blood, liver, kidneys, and nervous system of the user, especially for the elderly, whose bodies are already weakened and whose ability to detoxify is not as strong as before. The initial harm is often not obvious, but after just a few months, you may begin to experience symptoms such as insomnia, headaches, fatigue, memory decline, and digestive disorders. Signs that seem like mere aging are actually the result of toxins accumulating silently. Recognizing this type of rice is not difficult. If the rice bag has been stored for 3 to 4 weeks yet remains shiny and white as new, with no biological signs like mold or weevils, while the packaging is not well preserved, you should be cautious. When opening the bag, if there is a slight pungent smell like medicine or disinfectant, absolutely do not continue using it. Conversely, if there are weevils at home, don't worry immediately. Weevils only appear when the rice is genuine and alive, in which case just rinse thoroughly, sun dry again, and cook well to ensure safety for health. Remember, don't let the idea of absolute cleanliness mislead you and inadvertently shorten your lifespan. However, merely observing whether there are weevils is still insufficient to ensure safety. There are many other important signs you need to know to comprehensively protect your health and family meals. There is a more subtle sign that easily deceives even the olfactory sense, the sharpest of human senses. If you don't know how to recognize that fragrance, you could be deceived for many months without realizing. That is the heavy, strong fragrance, the sweet trap of chemicals in rice. When the rice cooker is just done, the fragrance spreads throughout the kitchen. That scent often reminds people of their homeland, of their elderly mother, and the familiar rice fields. But not every fragrance is the flavor of sunshine, sweat, and the harvest season of farmers. Some pots of rice, when opened, smell too strong, to the point of staining the eyes and overpowering the smell of other foods nearby. That's when you must be extremely vigilant. Real, clean rice, whether ST25 or any specialty variety, only emits a gentle fragrance when the rice is hot, a faint aroma while cooking, and hardly retains the smell long when cool. Conversely, if when smelling the rice bag, you detect an intense, overpowering, pungent odor that hits your, it is very likely the smell of synthetic added chemicals. This chemical is not only fake, but also poses a potential risk of nerve damage if inhaled over a long period. Recently in Hanoi, authorities discovered many facilities using industrial fragrance to treat rice in 2 layers. The first layer creates the smell of new rice to deceive when opening the bag. The second layer releases a specialty aroma when cooked. This trick targets the senses, making buyers easily mistaken, especially the elderly who are fond of fragrances, but find it hard to recognize it as fake. A simple way to test is to take a handful of rice and let it dry naturally on a plate in the light. Tea fade, it is artificial, because real rice. If you think the fragrance of rice is an easy sign to recognize, there is a much simpler and more accurate way to distinguish real from fake rice. Just a glass of warm water. This test can reveal the truth that the naked eye can hardly detect. The method seems rustic but is surprisingly effective. When dropping rice into warm water around 50 degrees Celsius, real rice will sink to the bottom due to its weight and high density. Fake rice, usually made from plastic powder or mixed with wax, even low-quality rice treated with chemical fragrance, will float unnaturally or hover. This discovery is very suitable for you as it requires no fire or complex tools. Just take a small handful of lightly minced rice, rub it into a glass of warm water, and wait about 50 minutes to observe. Especially note not to use cold water because fake rice may temporarily sink. Only warm water helps distinguish clearly. The concerning thing is that many fake rice producers are very sophisticated, mixing real and fake rice in a 7-to-3 ratio, making it hard for users to recognize with the naked eye. But with this water test, even a small proportion of fake rice will float clearly due to its lightweight and fake component structure. Just a glass of water and a small handful of rice is enough to uncover the truth behind the pure white shell of the rice grain, helping protect family health from toxins that accumulate silently day by day. Additionally, there is a test that requires no water, no waiting, just a pan and a flame. This test is very simple yet effective because fire never lies. When roasting real rice on a clean pan over low heat, real rice will burn evenly without strange odors, while fake rice will emit black smoke and give off a burnt smell like plastic, accompanied by strange crackling sounds. Real rice, when roasted, will turn light yellow, emitting a gentle fragrance like young rice scent, with a mild, pleasant sweetness. When roasting, real rice pops softly, without a burnt smell, no black smoke, and especially no unpleasant plastic or paint burning odors. In contrast, fake rice, containing synthetic plastic, wax, or bleaching agents, will react strongly when exposed. Fake rice may bubble, sizzle, or flare up accompanied by toxic smoke. If you see the rice sizzling before burning, stop immediately because that indicates the rice has been treated with dangerous chemicals. This is the final and also the most certain way to detect any type of fake rice, no matter how sophisticated. Simple yet powerful, because the truth is always revealed under the light of fire. If you unfortunately consume fake rice, the most important thing is not to panic but to act calmly and promptly to prevent silent harm to the body. First, you should stop using it immediately, regardless of how much rice is left at home, whether it was bought cheaply or stored for a long time. Absolutely do not eat any more grains of rice. Continuing to eat a little rice today could cost you years of medication, kidney dialysis, liver care, or lifelong consequences. Second, keep the packaging and a portion of the suspected rice. Do not discard it immediately. Keep the original packaging and it has a QR code of the manufacturer's address. Immediately contact the local commune, ward people's committee or call the local market management hotline. A timely report can help prevent the risk from spreading to the community. Third, you need to monitor your health for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Elderly people often show very subtle signs when suffering from slow poisoning. If symptoms such as nausea, bloating, diarrhea, or digestive disorders appear, headache, insomnia, unusual fatigue, liver pain, or abdominal discomfort, lethargy or loss of concentration, seek medical attention and eat. During the examination, request liver and kidney function tests and a complete blood count to assess your physical condition. Finally, in the first 7 to 10 days after stopping the suspected rice, you should eat dishes that help gently cleanse and detoxify. Mung bean porridge is an excellent choice because it helps detoxify the liver and cool the body. Soups like gourd soup, loofah soup, and pennywort soup also effectively cool the blood and reduce inflammation. Dear viewers, the story of fake rice is not just a food safety issue, but also a profound warning about trust and responsibility in our society. Every meal is a bond that connects families, a traditional value that needs to be protected and cherished. Always stay alert and make smart choices to safeguard your health and that of your loved ones. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the mystery_court TikTok now so you don't miss the next beneficial and authentic exploration content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next journeys. Goodbye and wish you always good health. Subscribe to